Hello everyone, my wrist still hurts quite a bit, but I really want to try drawing at least something. I know it's not good to push yourself, but it's just I really feel like, you know, my weekend might just waste away if I don't try anything. I was trying to do some warm-up doodling a little bit to see, okay, how can I move my hand drawing, what hurts, what doesn't. Um, I think it's okay enough. Are you sure you're gonna be okay? I think I'll be okay. As long as basically, as long as I don't go for way too long without taking a break, maybe rest it. I might need to take breaks where I grab the wrapping I got for it, out of the living room. I left it in the living room. And just put my hand in it, maybe watch videos, eat some food, rest it. And then if I want to go doodling later, I thought about making some PNG tubers given it's just simple, it's more simpler work. So we shall see. Hello, I brought popcorn. Hi Misty, how you doing? But what I thought of especially doing, because I know it'll take me at least an hour, a bit over an hour, is to try doing a little animation I've been wanting to recreate for a while. Now that I have better stuff for it. So, both my art program and Shrooby wanted to be late, but okay. Like I said, something very simple, a little bit of warming up, but what it is I pictured drawing these 4 panels, coloring them in and everything, and then what would take some stress off my wrist maybe is just copy and pasting them into a mirrored format, and then of course skinning them back to the main position because it's supposed to be the stick bug dance for with the shrew pod. Because I did it once, but the art program I used for it just wasn't that great because it was strictly for animation, but it wasn't the same. And now that I have a better program, now I want to try remaking it. So let's see how well I can at least pull it off, because I know part of the comicalness would be if the main body stayed the same, but the legs and the arms moved, and it just stayed the same, but just tilting in proportion. So, I figured that would add some comicalness to it, but let's see, because I know I want to use the symmetry tool for the shrew pod. It's a bit of a funny shape, but we shall see. Because I can draw the legs and the arms as separate layers, and then go from there. You just trying to at least make it simple and not so harsh. When I tilt it, I'm gonna need it straight for the ruler. Try moving the ruler a bit farther. Closer. That's perfect. Two. That's closer. That's more of the mushroom look I'm looking for. you go. How's your day holding up? Aside from the carpal tunnel, it's been going pretty well because I've been mostly just trying to rest my wrist up till now. Like, I went and got Sawawas, just at least so I had a drink and some food on my stomach prior. But otherwise, my night was a little worse because I went to the store so late at night, and I hate driving at night. I hate being out at night. Just to get the brace that I now have, because I put it off for so long, and then look what struck back. It's like carpal tunnel, the delightful little thing it is. Let's see. I know I want it to be standing up comically straight, but not too straight. If anything, it'd be try to get 90 degrees. Like, yeah, because the legs would be comically straight. Yeah, hi, Ro, hope you feel good. Hi, Nightingale, how you doing? My wrist begs to differ, but otherwise I'm okay. But let's see from here. Yeah, what I think is have the arms be a little goofy at rest. Yeah, that works. Because yeah, then you have just the base tripod. Because from here, oh, if anything, that kind of shows my point here, trying to make it easier on my wrist. So try moving it a little. Because I feel like this thing would lean pretty far, possibly. If not, because I can see its arms and maybe loop all the way back. I wouldn't be afraid of it cutting off. No, I wouldn't mind it. So let's get to doing its legs, because they start to lean. Oh, yeah, this is kind of reminding me of Squidward's house when it got but it does! Oh, I'm busy. I have Cordis. I gotta head out. Break's over. Hope you're some better soon. Thank you, Misty. You have a good day. Like, I hope the rest of your workday goes well. I can say at least a galaxy from Wawa's always helps me feel better. In like some degree or another. Let me try practicing. Over here. Try. Because I can just remove that little piece. See a deeper angle for the back leg and the leg on the side. Cause he's like really leaning. I finished another moth drawing. I'm proud of this one. Like, max raids suck. I depleted the max Pokemon's health down. It took down my own teammates because of Earthquake. Of course, the Pokemon on my side fainted first and failed the raid because of it. Why must raid mechanics of Gen 8 and Gen 9 feel so bad? I don't do raids, so I really didn't know that. Color me surprised. But what's the moth drawing? It's a charcuterie board! Oh my gosh! Let's see, you have blue cheese. The blue cheese looks like a little witch moth. It's so cute. So does the pickle. It's like the way, hello! Oh my goodness. The brie is super adorable. It reminds me of a silk moth. Just with the colors. And then there's cheddar. Reminds me of what's adorably called the Cheeto moth by one person. I can't remember what the name of the moth was, but this little cheese moth. And then there's the bacon. It's like and the little sausage. It's just sleeping. And then the baguette. It's just extra fluffy. With the little stripes and everything. I can't even say how much I love it. I love mods, they're so cute, and the secutor is just a charcuterie plank. Oh, they're just so cute. I love mods. I love them so much. The pickle's a baby moth and the blue cheese is angry. I see they look angry. And then there's this little pickle. Little baby pickle. Oh, I love that so much. Thank you. Thank you, Thin Girl. That is just too, it's too precious. I just love moths. They're just so cute. they can eat like stuff that's like important, but they're still so cute. I will stand by it. You know what, let me go ahead and get the legs on this side, or on this one done. Because it's like max extension of leg. Okay, so that's quite a dramatic lean. Just turn off the onion so then I can actually focus on the detail. Try to trace that one for more of a curl. Let's see about coloring. sure I'm actually copying all that I need. I need to merge all the layers together because in this one, it doesn't give me any real issues with it. Merging them all together. Forgot one detail. That. I need this. Trying to think. Okay, so now just reverse it. It's easier just to add new. Yeah. Dancing shrew pot. But I got it. If you were with fun, you're always gonna level up. Yeah. It's like, if you work like art at your art level up, because this is so much better than what I had. I need to export it to my phone and slow it down, but what is this here? Oh, I haven't been to remember those little blobs. I love little blobbies. They're all so cute. Little blobbies. Just Pokemon music, yeah. I'm sorry, they're all just so cute. It's like the roses for Eris is really detailed. Just like even for a little blob, which to me is like he's dancing, yeah. But it's like, to me it's like that cute but fun little counteraction between the very simple blob and then there's like extra detail, because the little blobbies are like really simple, but then you have like the really detailed accessories they have. To me, it's just the cutest and coolest little, like, you know, alteration between. Oh, they're just so cute. I especially like just how it's like all their little eyes look. They're all so differently expressive. And then because of how I am, all the colors just make them all stand out, like just pop so much, and I love it. Yeah, groovin'. Yeah. I might make this an emo, I'm not gonna lie. But let's see here. Export. Shrewpod. And then, like, call it the Shrewpod dance. Because he's dancing. Yeah. It's like the disco. Let me go ahead and have... I forget, I go to pictures, I just have the gif of Deck just looking so unamused. I could probably make a really funny gif like that, because Telos, without Telos is, that would be really funny. Just that look of, really? Just look to the side. Yeah, let's see. I want to make sure I can find it. Yeah, there's a dance. Because then I can put it in docs. So, upload. If I see that in the Mushroom Kingdom, I will ask to go back to the human world. You must deal with it. It's stick bug dancing on everyone. Let's see here. Okay. Now to save them all to my phone in numerical order. So 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking for 6. There's 6. 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I had 12 all together. Okay. Now create a GIF. The speed of 10 looks more registerable because 12s and 11s just feel a little too fast to me. Unless Should the point of the dance be that it's a little too fast? Kind of like the actual stick bug itself, just not wobble back and forth? Should it be? If as they're talking to courtroom. Guys, I have a question. What is that dancing Shrubot in the forest? I'm done with this. Make it a little fast. That's part of the charm. I hate having to do this on my phone to where I can't get a second opinion. But I think for what I'm going with, I think it will work out. Let's put it to... Because of course it's not going to want to upload if I don't have it connected to Wi-Fi. Yeah, but if you want to show, if you want, yeah, because I still have the doc and documents and stuff for it, like all the panels. So let me download and okay, so it would be an image. Let's see. Pod, browse. Okay. Is this fast enough? Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It's just back and forth. This would actually be really, really funny for, like, just randomly in a just chatting stream. But, alright, so that's the one we'll go for. Now, let's see. Because I do want to make this an emote. Because to me, it would be so funny. It just looking at the emote's like, hello! This is a true pot. Trying to think. You know, let's just have it standing still menacingly, because why not? Okay, move those all into the dance folder. Emotes. There we go. Because I had one more basic emote, animated emote slot, but now since I have some from actual alerts, I actually am able to, I'm actually able to, like, to go about and add 2 more. Yeah, tomato soup on the pants. Are you okay? Like Davey's finding them. Bam. Are you alright? The dancing robot can't hurt you, they say. I hope you're okay. Like, yeah, are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. That's yes. So what's gonna make today's stream? Well, there was that, but but we can from there go about and do. I'm looking at the tiny one. It's so clear. But, I thought about doing another, thing. I want to try doing another animation, possibly. We shall see. I guess let's make this... Should I make it 500? Yeah, bless you. Thank you. Yeah, a moth emo. She looks at us with those big shining eyes. Oh, that would be so precious. I'm just thinking of, with it, I guess it could be Telecinema's Silk Moth. You have to visit the outer roll sneezing all over the stream. Now for me it's sniffling. Because I sneeze once, maybe twice. And if my allergies really want to mess with me, yes, it could be 5 or 6 times. Because once at work, I did sneeze like 6, 7, no, I think 8 times in like 2 minutes. If not just, no, it was just a minute. Because my allergies were being really bad. And my coworkers just slowly looked at me like, are you okay? And I was like, maybe. Maybe later. I think I don't want it to be too pricey because the host swapping, I know it's understandable to be a little pricey because it's a whole switching, but this is like for a, because I'm making both an emo and also a funny redemption that I'll work a bit more with off stream. I don't want it to be too pricey. You know what? I think I'll make it a little bit cheaper than the emote swap because it's just a little meme, a little joke. But I will give it a cooldown. Yeah, now I'll work on it a bit after stream because I need to make a sound for it and everything. And I know what sound I might want to do. Keywords might. So, we shall see. But it's still just that fact. Also, I don't know how long it's gonna take the animated emote to fully process, but you just see the little, it's dancing. You know what I might do? Just for fun. Just because it's so funny. Hang on. Trying to find... find it. And let's just shrink it down. Let's see, Emily sees crystal particulate in her magical girl form. So she sees as crystals? That not only sounds a little painful, but it sounds useful, because you can use crystals for a lot of things. Mini dancing shoe pot. I just figured, why not? I might put this on, one of my other scenes. I'm not sure. I might put it on my art fight one. I'm not sure. Analogy, hope it's nothing serious. Yeah, that happened. It happened a while ago, but my coworkers just, they look at me now like, so, are your allergies good? I was like, no, they're not. They're being very mean. But, I'm trying to think with the moth one. I realized maybe the moth could be like pawing at the screen. It'd be like, let me out. That, or maybe like maybe clapping their hands. Because I have a happy with Partisan, I have a heart with Emma, I have Poppy being excited. I don't have a clapping emote. And she like your part of cute crystal power, but it only happens if she's sick. Again, it sounds like something of an aftermath that could be useful. Because you can use crystals for a lot of things. But let's see. Because... I'm trying to remember. Let's do a new flip book. Do you want to save changes? Yeah, why not? How big? How big were my... I think my emote things the same size as my other thing. Yeah, 120 by 120. I had a feeling. Well, I say 120, it's 1200 by 1200. Either way. And I did not put how many panels are actually supposed to be. There we go. Quicker thing. Yeah, it may be useful, but a funny fact is backstage, like in one chapter, she's sick in her civilian form, so in her magical form, she's still infected, and it actually only her go on this. But it's still that fact that it's annoying, but it's useful. But the fact that it carries over, I can't help but think that is very annoying. Yeah, the first one looked good, but clapping sounds better to use. Yeah, because, in the Star Warrior program, Telos and Amma, we've had to do quite a bit of restructuring because just... because we looked at some of the plot stuff and we're like, this kind of needs to be a little, tweaked. And so, Emma's there from the start with Telos. She doesn't show up later. because we didn't know exactly what a Zatar was, so we figured it out. But what it is that we figured it out, and now both Telos and Amma are raising the moths together instead of just Telos and eventually Amma joins in helping. But they trained the moths to communicate with other people. So the moths actually have a way of kind of communicating, but they can't really speak, but they both have a very funny power with the moths because they're connected to the moths. Telos and Amma can use a special power to send a moth, tell them, hey, go to this person. I gotta tell them something. And when the moth goes to, say they wanted to tell Gino, hi, or, hey, by the way, danger ahead on the road. And, while say Gino's out and about, the moth will flutter towards, the person, in this case, Gino. And, somehow they know where they are. Let's just make it, like, a joke game mechanic. In terms of metaphor. For some reason they know where they are. and Gino will just have the moth suddenly appear, like land on him, and then all of a sudden the moth squeaks. But he understands what it's trying to say. And I always figured that it'd be a pretty neat and very useful power for them to have. Like, a way to communicate long distance without actually having to be there. And I figured it would be cute. Yeah, if Volrose, so she can create an object of crystal, so make this a fact for fun. Yeah, Moth Dad Telos. Yeah, Telos, they acknowledge Telos as dad. Amma is mom. Is and Emily Moth. Oh no, I have a drawing idea. There's nothing wrong with a drawing idea because I have had ideas all yesterday. I was like, oh, I could draw this, I could draw that, and then shenanigans, and I was like, okay. Oh, you have a Gino too? Yeah, because Gino in Nutty's AU runs the Star Warrior program. But I think I need to work a bit on my own stuff with Telos and Emma, because I've been meaning to expand beyond their relationship with people in the AU, but what's their more canonical relationship? Because Telos and Gino are friends, and they are also friends in the AU, but it's because the way Telos and Amma exist in, I guess you could say, their more canon formats, it's a little different. Basically, Gino, can just go over to the farm that they live at and see them. But they're still friends. Despite Telos being a Zatar, they're friends. They're really good friends. The images of things with the moth and Gino. Yeah, just little moth fun. It's a good thing, and yeah, it is. But let's see, because I have, of course, the timeline here, so I keep wanting to mention that, it's so zoomed out because I have a timeline, right down here, and it's annoying, but unfortunately my tablet screen's only so big. Could this be a silk moth or a different moth? I have to draw annotation. But I draw Ken and Gino for a while now, I think. Yeah. Cause I've been playing with how I draw Gino a little bit. I just don't really have a set way I draw him exactly. Cause I wanna make him seem really cool, somewhat elegant, if that makes any sense. But to a sense, it's but I kind of want to make him adorable, make him cute. But I don't know what to do otherwise. Which moth should it be? I have quite a few different mods I used for like sub badges. If that makes any sense. So I realize like I have some of the old TIFF files left over. Alright, it's better. More cleaned up. More clean. And I said soap would go with whatever. I mean, because I have some of their main mods, like, on their, that are from, on their reference sheet. On here. I guess the best way to show what I mean by, like, it was in the badges. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So, in terms of Silk Moth, this is their Silk Moth baby. Like, always, you know, droopy antenna. Just adorable. Let's see. Then there's their Rosy Maple. Curse, you silly wooden doll. Okay, only one draw, yeah. It's like, cause yeah, this is their Rosy Maple baby, and then, like, I have it labeled S Emerald. Let me see. Emerald Moth? What are you? There's a it's called a common emerald, I think. Cause yeah, there's a specific kind. I call it just a but there's mostly just the common emerald. But it's still that fact. A bubblegum moth. It's a rosy maple. Rosy maples, by the way, are my favorite. And I could attract them around where I live if I planted some maple trees. Because maple trees are a host plant. And then there's the fuzzy leg. The yellow fuzzy leg. Well, I know it's more orange, but it's still the fuzzy leg. And then there's a Seropia. Which are also, by the way, silk moths. Just like the rosy maple. Rosy maple doesn't look it, but it is a type of silk moth. And then everybody's favorite, the lunar moth. So, I have quite a few I could choose from. Because I'm not afraid to go with just a silk moth. So, let's do silk baby. Cleaning up the lines. I don't know it's like its the name right now. You said you know it's a canon design like Miss D or Nutty. I mean like with Gino, I mostly draw him. I draw him essentially to what his canon design is. It's just I haven't figured out like in terms of my own art style, how do I want to draw him? Kind of deal. Just I have yet to figure it out. But I think like eventually I'll figure it out. Cause like I know eventually I'm bound to. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Little clappies. Happy bean. Little applause. The cutest applause you've ever seen. Now let's draw. If I take the original design but have more dark blue and have two of the star orbs like Merlin attached to the cave. Clappy, yes! Little applause! I mostly essentially draw Gino to, like, what you see in the game. It's just, I think it's just the way my art style is. Because I've been told my art style is pretty anime-esque to a degree, because that's how I learned to draw. My brother was big into anime. He still is. But, like, he was big into anime when we were in, like, high school. For me, it was kind of, like, late elementary and everything. Because otherwise, I drew things a little differently. But it definitely motivated my drawing style to a certain direction. And now we have what we do today. But it's like, I will never say it's a bad thing. Because, again, I wanted to learn how to draw like that. Because I thought anime mangas were super cool. Because my brother had... he had some of the basic comedic ones. But I can't remember the name of some of them. And then there was, like, some of the ones that had, like, more grander storytelling. And I wanted to learn how to draw them like that. So, I think that's why I find it a little hard to draw Gino to a certain degree. But, again, I know I'll figure it out. Let's draw... Widow antenna. draw their little eyes on a different layer, because I might want to make them bigger. I just now noticed that. There we go. Just they're big and they pierce into your soul. Wait, who is setting off fireworks? At first I was like, oh, that was probably something else. No, those are fireworks! Who is setting off fireworks? I asked that and they immediately set more of them off. Who is setting off fireworks? At 6:14 at night where I am. Actually, like, what holiday is it? My Google search bar says it's Tulip Day. I mean, I don't mind a celebration of tulips, though. Tulips are cool. Also very beautiful. Yeah, we have a Flesh House long story, but it was like, to make like the story short, he made a wish to have a body for more interventions in the Mushroom Kingdom and on the ground. Yeah, this is Flesh Host. I love the name for Flesh Host. But that is super cute. Like the sparkly shirt, and then there's the buttons. And I noticed that chain, the little keychain, like for like that people would have around their pockets. I love that. It's such a cute outfit put together. I love it. Just, I'll admit, I've always been a bit of a sucker for like the keychains, and like when you have something like a sparkly shirt or like a sweater with more of a mostly matte solid colored outfit. I've always had some liking for that, but I've never been able to either pull it off myself, or like when I see it in like fashion magazines or something, it's like it's just something like it's not really pulled off. But then you get to certain other characters and it's just perfection, and I love it. Yeah. Yeah. But I try to make my best for it to fit well and not out of character. That was perfectly in character, if you ask me, though. Just like I know there's a certain like design or something that screams Gino, but that was definitely a perfect outfit and appearance for him, as like, you know, having a host body to have more interventions to danger in the Mushroom Kingdom. That was perfect, if you ask me. And just, I especially liked how like the hair was like they still had the little like little curls in the bangs. Just to me that's like really, really cute. Let's see. I'll draw their body first because like I'll make their little arms that they're clapping with a different layer. So then it's like I can edit that layer. Was that the end of the playlist? Oh, no, it wasn't. Getting close. Like, let me actually go on the YouTube page so I can keep track. Now let's... They look like they came to ask you a question. Like they genuinely do. But they're like, hi. That's snackies. They've been a good baby. They deserve their snackies. No. Let's see. Smoother. sure it's at the right. I think I got it. Little clappies. Can I cutely bother you? Oh! Little clappies. I do realize I probably made these a little too far apart.
If a cybersecurity or IT degree's been on your mind, check out UMGC. They're way.
I don't know what's been with Opera GX, but it's like now now it's playing ads. Hip pad pow and oh. Like let me start the winter themed one over again. Oh, this one, it doesn't want to do that to me. Okay. I see how it is. Alright. Hi, Celestia. How you doing? Like, carpal tunnel's bothering my wrist, but I really want to try, like, doing some art stuffs. Just trying to figure out what exactly it is bothering me about. Maybe I need to make them a little smaller? I think that's all it was. Let's see. Yeah, I start. Yeah. But how you doing, Celeste? Oh wait, no, that was you. Not girl. I thought it was my bot Celestial. I saw a thing where that could be made for certain people to redeem. But that's his way of announcing I'm here. Because otherwise he was spamming the it was the take your inhaler redeem. But yeah, that's his character. So let's see. Yeah, I like how that's turned out. Making sure everything is as it should be. Because I could use that. Oh, of course. When I go to get my palettes, it's all the way on my other screen. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So let's... to make sure I get it on all on the right layer. Winnow antennas. Little fluffies. See, because the body was the same color as the little legs. What I wanted to do. Nope. Because I noticed that line. There we go. He's scared Celestial, yeah. Another fact for my Gino's name change for simplicity if I'm talking about two Gino for not making a Spider-Man comic situation, or say Gino for the canon one is like Gino Star or their actual name. Happy Boy, little puppies. Thank you, Z. You know, I don't know if I need to do a full body stretch or if I need to actually... need to just massage my hand or something. I'm wondering, should I add sparkles in their eyes? Divinity, where is the ambassador in her room? She was a scare attack because of the soundboard. Yes, okay. Maybe not like that. No. Make sure it's nice and big because I know the ad break is starting soon. There you go. The thing is, Peach made a princess duty if Raw, Ellie, and Toadette made all the paperwork. She'd make party and cart competition. Just, yeah, no, just happy being. Oh, I realized something that'd be super cute. Trying to. Not that. I wanted to copy. Oh. There we go. Oh, I didn't show you that. I can't say folks to draw my eyes say blocked on a shoe pod. Look at the little bean. Happy. They look so proud of, like, whatever someone has done. It doesn't matter. They're just so proud. And just in awe. Oh. Let me see. Because you export. Emotes. Oh, Happy Moth. That's the file name. Now let me get this exported into Google Docs, because then I can make it off and in my phone, because of course I have to do it on my phone. See. One, two, three. Create a GIF. Because that speed looked the best. And export the GIF. No. And download back. Let's go to the resizer. See. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do here. Right, and that one will need time to upload. But we got it. Just this just so many animation emotes I got. Let's see. Okay, that was just a twinge in my wrist. Ow. All right, let's see. Here we go. Happy. And when I received the artist asked me if it was good, I say cry, laugh, yes it is. Oh, the Gino art commission I got this a buff Gino. Oh no, I hear buff Gino. What? Oh. I look at it immediately. It's like I've seen all the meme drawings and everything from Art Fight. Just you take a concept and make it absurd. It's absurd but great level. But indeed buff. I can't draw like I can't draw certain body types that well. That is really good though. I really like that. Yeah, might want to take a break. Yeah, I might want to. Just, I don't know if I should end it here, or if I should just, like, end it here, try picking it back up again later, or just try picking it back up tomorrow, because, I don't know what exactly I should do, per se. It is almost 2 hours, so it's not... And I got to make 2 animations. So I am very, very happy. Pick it back up tomorrow. Yeah, because I know, I say as I am rubbing my wrist, because I kid you not, ow. I lift my index finger and there's just this twinge down the back of my hand to my wrist. And it's not fun. It's seriously not fun. But I'll work on the, redeem for the Shrewpod because that thing's going to be funny. But, yeah, it's like, this is night for me technically. Yeah, so hopefully my wrist will be even better tomorrow and I can draw more tomorrow because I kid you not, I have been thinking about making a certain few characters PNG tubers that weren't originally on the list. But also, I thought about trying to revamp my basic art layout, like my art screen scenes layout, like which would be this screen here. I thought about trying to rearrange it a little, make it a bit nicer, because I did this one on my Chromebook, like, I think almost 2 years ago. So yeah. But we shall see, because I've thought about doing some animated, starting soon screens, but we'll see. But otherwise, in the meantime, I say as my gallbladder protests, I'm gonna have a dancing Shrewpod nightmare now. I'm sorry. But I shall see y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Please be careful, because my wrist is wanting to mess up. I'd take care of your own hand, because carpal tunnel's not fun. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.